Okay, so I was at the AC meeting last week, and there's some stuff that came out that I wanted to get out to you sooner rather than later. I know everyone is kind of running around like maniacs at the moment and incredibly busy, so uh, people don't really have time to sit down for half a day and watch some presentations and discuss things at great length. So what I thought I'd do is I would just get this stuff out on a video now, and then in a couple of weeks' time, then we can perhaps do a kind of online bigger meeting and go through stuff in more detail with extra slides and extra information. So, first thing I wanted to talk about was this is something that a lot of the agents are having a lot of success with as a way of encouraging vendors to use us as opposed to other agencies. Go to your vendor with a list of actual clients. Talk to your coaching group around you. Find a list of actual live clients who are in the area now looking for properties. Um, you can say to your vendor, listen, I've got 3, 5, 1, it doesn't really matter as long as you've got some actual buyers who are interested in this kind of house. You can give them their name, their nationality, their financial position, and their viewing schedule. It's an incredibly powerful tool to persuade vendors to go with us because they can immediately see the prospect of a sale. And it also is a very good soft close when you can say to the vendors, when would you like me to bring these buyers round? Very few vendors are likely to kind of refuse that as an offer. Next issue is boards. The number of boards around seems to be dropping. Again, it may be a function that people are just so busy they don't have time to put boards up, they don't have time to go back to put boards up, go back to put Vondu boards up. They are the best publicity that we can use at a local level without any shadow of a doubt. Head office are devising some competitions to encourage board use. But in the interim, I would say to go to your vendors who are refusing to have boards and tell them the summer visitors are coming. They're going to be driving around. They're not necessarily going to know which houses are for sale unless they can see an AV board. It's the foreign buyers are the ones with the money, and they need to be able to see which houses are for sale to contact us so we can sell their house for them. At the very least, after the company Devant is signed, get the Vondu board up. You can have that up for, I mean, it usually takes at least 2 months for that process to go through. There shouldn't really be any reason why a vendor should disallow you. They should, in theory, be in a reasonably good mood with you after you've sold their house. In general terms, it varies from region to region, but every Vondu board goes up on average, generates 3 new mandate leads. So, kind of important. Um, the other issue at the moment is valuations. It's very difficult, really difficult to value stuff. Um, be a bit more flexible with your approach with the vendor. Uh, Perhaps offer a 28-day trial asking price if his valuation is higher than yours, with the option to revert to your valuation at the end of that period. I mean, I know I sold a house 5 years ago for 100,000, including fees, 2 bedroom, tiny, nice, tiny. Um, it sold again a couple of weeks ago for €200,000, which around here is insane for a 2 bedroom house. So it's very difficult to value houses. Things are going over value, or what we perceive as value. Usually, I would say to agents, take your valuation, knock 20% off, and allow it to be bought back up by the vendor's unrealistic expectation of what it is they want. At the moment, my tendency would be to say, take your valuation and add 20% to it just to make sure you get the mandate. The way the market is, there's every chance that you're going to sell it at that price anyway. The other thing that you can do is to go to mandate visits in pairs. Makes us look a lot more professional, gives the valuation much greater sense of kind of gravitas. If you're struggling to find mandates, find someone near you, one of your local agents in your team who's good at getting mandates, go out with them. Go and get mandates together, split the mandate fee. Um, Better to have half a mandate fee on a mandate that you're sharing than nothing at all. And don't be afraid of expensive houses. The perception is always around here houses are cheap. We never sell much in the way of houses over 150,000. If you look at the company as a whole, from 2021 to 2022, you can see that middle section, 200 to 300,000, has gone up 30% in terms of the number of sales. 300 to 500 up 58%, 500 to a million up 69%, and over a million up 39%. Now around here, you're not like to sell that many houses over €1 million, let's be honest. But we do have 3 properties currently going through over 750,000, which is kind of unheard of. And we are definitely selling a lot more houses in the 200 to 300 and the 300 to 500 category. Obviously, the bread and butter is still 0 to 150, but don't worry about taking on the expensive houses. It used to be there was no point, we'd never sell them. But things are changing. We're definitely selling more expensive houses at the moment. The other thing we need to know is have a much better concept of what our competition is doing. If we look at this chart of kind of the big players in the business around France, you can see that we come in there 4th place in terms of turnover per agent. This is turnover to the company per agent across the whole agent network. Obviously, we're not in the same size in terms of the same numbers of agents as most people like CAPI or IAD. I think the IAD number is constituted of a very large number of porteurs d'affaires. I think they kind of classify their porteurs d'affaires as agents somehow. I'm not quite sure, but anyway. But you can see we are a big player. You can show this to vendors. You can say, look, if you come with us, you are effectively putting your house with one of the biggest estate agents in France. Okay, so that's that. Thanks for watching. And if you've got any, I know it's quite kind of quick, but I just wanted to get that stuff out there quickly. So if you've got any questions about any of that stuff, obviously give me a call, or we can go through it. I'm seeing some of you tomorrow and some more people next week, so we can kind of go through it in more detail in little groups. Otherwise, failing that, like I say, we'll have a bigger meeting in a couple of weeks' time, hopefully, if everything calms down just a little bit. All right, cheers, bye.